Hi, I'm Pam Bash, Director of Development at Code the Dream. Welcome. We hope that you will have a fun, informative, and inspirational hour with us as you meet some of our Code the Dream Lab's apprentices who are looking forward to sharing their stories and demoing some of the projects that they've been working on. Code the Dream has made life-changing opportunities possible, and by partnering with other organizations, institutions, and small businesses and entrepreneurs, we help bring innovative projects to life. Of course, none of this would be possible without the generous support of our donors, funders, partners, and volunteers. For those of you who joined us last year, you saw some great projects that we worked on, such as an app that helped the North Carolina Museum of Art to attract and engage younger, more diverse audiences. Teach for America's app that helps less experienced teachers in rural communities have access to the knowledge, resources, and lesson plans of their more experienced colleagues. And the Hill Center app geared towards helping students with learning differences. You've also met some of our incredible apprentices, most of whom have gone on to launch their career at companies around the states and also right here as staff developers at Code the Dream. Today, you will meet a former student and apprentice who is now working on staff at Code the Dream. Also, you'll meet an innovative entrepreneur who partnered with Code the Dream to support his rapidly growing business, and about 2 other projects that helped minority entrepreneurs grow their business and the inspiring stories of the apprentices working on these projects. But before we start our demos, I know that not everyone is totally familiar with Code the Dream's model. So I wanted to give just a quick overview of what we do, and even more importantly, why. Imagine being a mother or father who needs to take your child to the doctor, but can't because of a suspended license, or you don't have a credit card or bank account to rent a car or even call Uber. For some, technology has made life so much easier, but for others, it has further alienated them from being able to fully participate in the conveniences that have become almost commonplace. So now, I want you to imagine a world where the technological solutions to life challenges are being thought of, developed for, and created by diverse communities of people. Imagine if all that motivation, innovation, and creativity were able to flourish. At Code the Dream, we focus on bringing life-changing opportunities to people in underserved communities and who are underrepresented in tech. Many of our students and apprentices have the lived experience of being members of marginalized communities. However, at Code the Dream, they have the opportunity to not only build their skills, but drive the development of technology that can serve everyone. Code the Dream's model recognizes that our students and graduates across the US are getting the basic skills in software developing is just the first step. Code the Dream starts with 6 to 12 months of totally free intensive classes covering the fundamentals of software development. From there, students can move on to get their first real-world experience as paid apprentices at Code the Dream Labs, where the goal is a win-win. Students get the hands-on experience they need to launch their new careers, and they get that experience building real apps and software platforms that address racial and social issues for those in need. We are proud that more than 90% of our apprentices go on to get jobs in the tech industry, working as software developers, business analysts, project managers, and many other types of tech-related jobs. Well, as I mentioned before, some of our students launched their careers right here at Code the Dream. Now, I would like to introduce you to Elsa Kadani, a former Code the Dream student and apprentice and current junior developer at Code the Dream.
Hello everyone, my name is Elsa Kadani. I am originally from Eritrea, East Africa. I have a bachelor's in computer science from Eritrea and worked as a computer technician and network admin after graduation. I came to US at the end of 2017 to continue my education, but I was unable to do so because the cost of the university was very expensive for me. Since I always dreamed of becoming a developer, I decided to look for more affordable schools. And then I got to meet with an organization called the Upwardly Global that helps immigrants in landing jobs in the US. They told me about Code the Dream. And on July 2019, I got the chance to meet with the co-founders, one of the co-founders, Daisy Magnus, and she told me about the classes and the apprenticeship opportunities. I was so happy and I started my React class on September 2019. And at the beginning of 2020, I started my apprenticeship at Code the Dream. It was super exciting and very nice opportunity for me to work on real app. And above all, my dream of becoming a developer was being fulfilled. After joining the apprenticeship program at Code the Dream, I started working on different projects like Dream Space, Face Mask Warriors, and currently I'm working on a civic science project. As I was working on one of the early projects, that's the Face Mask Warriors, a website that helped over 17,000 volunteers distribute the face masks. I was really inspired by the work that we were doing. During the difficult times of the pandemic, we were doing something important for the community. I really was proud that the work that I'm doing was really helping the community. I really like the teamwork at Code the Dream, the cooperation and the coordination we have. And I always feel like I am working in an environment where everyone is there for you whenever you need them, like a big, sweet family. On November 2021, I got the opportunity to be a staff member at Code the Dream. My reasons for joining Code the Dream is that the one thing is Code the Dream made fulfill my dream of becoming a developer, and it also fulfills the dream of many others, even though you are low income or even though you don't have any tech experience, or even though you're an immigrant, Code the Dream made your dreams come true. And another one of my projects that I was proud to work on was Longwell. And I want to introduce Longwell CEO, Bernard Worthy, who will tell you a little bit about his company and how he partnered with Code the Dream. Welcome, Bernard.
Thank you, Elsa, and great to be with you all. This is very, very exciting, and look forward to sharing a little bit about Lonewell, but more so the ongoing partnership that we've had with Code the Dream from the start. So Lonewell is an automated lending platform, and we are 5 years old this month. We started with a pretty basic premise of how can we make capital more affordable for life-changing events for people regardless of their background and their makeup. And so fast forward through a lot of late nights and long weekends, and we are now facilitating student loans for alternative education, much like boot camps and programs like Code the Dream, student loan refinancing as well, character-based loans for felons recently out of prison, consumer loans, affordable housing loans, and small business loans. And for us, it's not about the loan, it's about being inclusive. And so we're using rules-based algorithms that can make sure that someone's credit worthiness is more fairly judged than just looking at their credit score. And it's factoring into a lot of those things that Elsa is talking about. where if our goal is to create affordable capital for all, that should mean regardless of your race, ethnicity, background, citizenship status, or nationality. And that's something that we take really seriously here at Lonewell and are building tech to scale that type of social impact. And so our partnership with Code the Dream, I mentioned it's been from the start, literally has been from the start. 4 years ago, Code the Dream, Dan and Daisy, we began working with, and Code the Dream built our first test suite for our software platform. We were working with Daniel Blatt, who's a longtime Code the Dream member and student. And then the pandemic hit, and the rapid recovery program for North Carolina kind of fell on our desk as an opportunity. And we scaled up quickly, and we added additional engineers from Code the Dream to help us run that program. And we lent over $100 million to small businesses in need over all 100 counties of the state of North Carolina. And we couldn't have done that without the support of Jorge Rodriguez and Daniel Blatt, who helped us run that program. And then fast forward to 21, and Tariku and Osvaldo and Jorge Gabito and Elsa were a part of our team and kind of spearheading a new way to onboard our clients. And we've taken kind of an open source library in Survey.js. If you've heard of that library, we've really extended it to do amazing things. And we can now spin up an unlimited number of customizable UIs for our clients, from the smallest lenders out there that have 0 staff to the largest lenders out there that are doing hundreds of loans a month. And Elsa was a huge part of building that out. We couldn't have done it without the folks that we partnered with here at Code the Dream. And then lastly, kind of fully embedded team members like Rod Chavez. Rod has been such an inspiration for us, and such a gifted engineer, and has become just a really just a key member of our team. We wouldn't be where we are without Rod. And so I'll wrap with that our partnership with Code the Dream, we have thought about as it weaves throughout years of our existence. And there's just been this continuity there that we're so proud of. And the idea that we can create a pipeline for anybody, but especially folks who are from other backgrounds and don't look like what we would typically see in the tech industry. That's a real passion of mine. And to see more and more faces like that is why we're building Lonewell and why we're building it the way that we are. So I'll turn it back over to you, Pam.
Great. Thank you, Bernard. Code the Dream is really proud to work with visionary business owners and entrepreneurs across the country. As a reminder, please post any questions for Elsa and Bernard in the chat. But to start us off, Bernard, what sort of motivated you, and when did you start thinking about developing Lonewell?
Yeah, so it was out of a real world experience. So I mentioned kind of creating more affordable capital for life-changing events. I was in a career transition and was going through a coding boot camp. I am a 3rd generation entrepreneur, have always known I wanted to build something. Just didn't know what it was. And I was really working with a lot of people to build my own ideas. And there was a moment at 3 a.m. as I was working with some team in India, and I said, I want to be able to do my own thing and build my own app and build my own technology. I don't want to rely on someone to give color to the ideas that are swirling around in my head. And so I went to a coding bootcamp, the Iron Yard, which was a popular one back in the day, and never looked back. But there was this moment of financing that was a real struggle. Getting the financing to go through a program that I knew would be such a life-changing event was hard. And because I didn't look like the typical, applicant, there were a lot of hoops that I had to jump through. And that spurred on the idea behind what Lonewell would become today.
Great, thank you. For Elsa, is there an app that you would personally like to build?
Yes, so I am planning to build a small website. There are some few communities of Eritreans and Ethiopians here in Maryland. I would like to build a website where people can share information, knowledge. You can tell them about good schools and good learning techniques. And I want to do that with all the three languages in Tigrinya, Amharic, and English, so that people with limited English proficiency could understand what really we are saying. So that's my plan.
Great. Question for Bernard. Is there another app in your or website in your future?
For sure. I think there's a true engineer is always thinking about and working on so many other things. So absolutely. But for now, we're doing such cool work. We get to affect so much change in so many different communities that my free time or my midnight oil time is all used up at the moment. But definitely, I actually, funny enough, my next venture, whenever that happens, would love to do something similar to what we're talking about here at Code the Dream, where you build a studio of sorts, where you can build ideas and build small businesses and get them off the ground, all under the umbrella, with a little less risk for those involved, and with guidance as you go to launch those out, and hopefully those founders look more and more like us on the call, and that's a big passion of mine.
Great. Well, thank you both, Bernard and Elspeth, for joining us today. Now, our co-executive directors, Daisy Magnus Ayate and Dan Rearick, will talk a bit more about how Code the Dream helps minority and women entrepreneurs and small business owners with the resources and tools they need to grow.
Thank you, Pam. Hello, all. My name is Daisy Magnus Ayate, and I'm one of the co-EDs here at Code the Dream.
I'm Dan Rearick. I'm the other co-ED.
Code the Dream develops technologies that address a wide range of needs in our community, from access to healthcare and education to the needs facing new immigrants and refugees. We build many of those tools in partnership with other amazing nonprofits. But today we want to focus on another important aspect of Code the Dream, our work with underrepresented entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship, or starting new businesses, can be a great path towards opportunity for the entrepreneurs and for the communities that benefit from their new ideas and the jobs created. In the United States, we see high rates of entrepreneurship across diverse communities. But when we look at which businesses grow the fastest and grow the largest, that's where we see huge disparities. One big reason for the disparity is the lack of access to technical expertise, the type of technical expertise that is needed to really scale a business. Fewer than 10% of software developers are Black or Latinx, and fewer than 20% are women. The result is that many women and diverse entrepreneurs with big dreams are simply less likely to have the networks that they need in order to support the growth of their ideas.
Code the Dream, we want to change that. We want to ensure that businesses within underrepresented communities have access to the technical resources that they need in order to build and scale their businesses. We partner with entrepreneurs in order to increase their overall digital capabilities in three key ways. First, as a technical advisor and thought partner, also by building the new technologies they need, and third, by maintaining and improving existing platforms. By working with entrepreneurs to develop their strategies and processes, we can prioritize and support innovative entrepreneurship, but also the racial and economic justice we need. By providing technical resources, we can help diverse entrepreneurs scale their businesses, create wealth for their families, and provide good jobs for their communities. The two projects you'll hear about next, Snap Pick Fix and Mycologics, are just two examples of the many diverse entrepreneurs and growing companies that our apprentices are currently working with.
Thank you, Daisy and Dan. And now Please welcome Code the Dream Labs apprentice, Rachel Fishoff, who has been working on one of these entrepreneurial projects that Dan mentioned, and Lori Fernald Kamala, Director at Code the Dream.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Pam. It's great to be joining you all today. Again, I'm Lori Fernald Kamala. I'm Program Director at Code the Dream and I use she, her pronouns. And as Program Director, I feel so fortunate to get to work not only with such amazing staff members, but also to get to follow our students from applicant to student to apprenticeship and hear about their varied paths. So I'm really excited to introduce to you all today Rachel Fishoff, who is one of our amazing apprentices, and to get to hear a little bit about their experiences as a Code the Dream apprentice. Rachel, welcome. Can you share with everyone a little bit about yourself and how you came to Code the Dream?
Yeah, hi, I'm Rachel Fishoff. I use she, her, and they, them pronouns, a Chapel Hill native, and I moved back to the Triangle 5 years ago. I have a background in nonprofit marketing, law school, but most recently and consistently bartending and serving and catering for about the last decade. So in 2019, I applied to an in-person boot camp that unfortunately it wasn't the best fit for me. It was a little too fast and a little too shallow. So in the meantime, I interned with the Collab Lab and I volunteered with Out in Tech, and I helped create the Lavender Book, which is a crowdsourced application created by a team with the National Black Justice Coalition and Out in Tech, built for the Black queer, Black trans, and Black gender non-binary communities. And I was actually feeling pretty disgruntled about tech in general. And I went back to bartending last summer, where I ran into Justin Laidlaw from Code the Dream, and the rest kind of just fell into place. I applied to be an apprentice and was working full-time by October.
Well, it's those amazing connections that just happened, and we're so glad that it did and brought you to Code the Dream. Rachel, why do you want to be a software developer?
Well, I always wanted a stable career where I could make a good income and help my family. Unfortunately, I dropped out of law school about 12 years ago because of chronic mental illness, and I have over $100,000 in law school debt. So tech always seemed like a logical solution after many different avenues. I love problem solving and researching, and tech is everywhere, and it definitely allows you to move from lower earning jobs to a higher income bracket.
Yeah, for sure. And I know you're not the only one facing that kind of debt and challenges like that. So can you share what some of the other obstacles are that you faced in your journey?
Yeah, I had a really hard time breaking into tech before Code the Dream, and also just having the stamina to keep going after some initial rejections. You know, I helped my family a lot with elder sick care and childcare, and so I almost gave up pursuing tech in general last summer until I actually heard about Code the Dream.
Well, I know you've been such an amazing asset to our program. What is it like being an apprentice at Code the Dream Labs?
Yeah, it's great. I love learning from people every day on how to be a better programmer. I'm helping lead a team now, which is a great lesson in time management, encouragement, and patience. And coding to me is always like being a detective. I just love investigating bugs and finding and solving errors. I really enjoy full stack engineering because I love to build and understand an application from front to back.
So of all of that, what do you find the most rewarding about working at Code the Dream Labs?
Well, I'm 38 and I've been working since I was 14, and Code the Dream is by far the most hospitable and kind working environment I've ever experienced. It's so supportive and understanding. I love the people, I love the values, I love the projects, and just the opportunity to constantly give back to our community.
I feel the same way. Rachel, how do you envision, or what do you see in your future?
Well, I really see myself as an engineering manager because I love leading and managing a team, and that can combine a lot of my other backgrounds. But I want to become a strong engineer first before I move to management. So I've really learned that I love documentation, processes, and team building. So I just want to continue to work on teams that value learning, teaching, and like processes and documentation.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Now I think we're excited to see the project Snap Pick Fix that you've been working on with one of our Code the Dream senior developers, Rachel, another Rachel. So I think take it away for the demo.
Okay, we are going to do the Snap Pick Fix SMS Chat App demo. I'm going to give an overview of Snap Pick Fix. I'm going to tell you about the problem that they came to Code the Dream Labs with, the solution we developed, the tools I used, and then I'm going to demo the SMS application. So Snap Pick Fix is a Durham-based startup that provides a software service that offers estimates for in-home projects. They partner with franchises such as Ace Hardware and Angie's List. The SMS chat app, they came to Code the Dream Labs with an idea of an SMS chat app because the problem was not all the users who call their number, they're all sent a web form, but they don't fill it out. So the solution was, what if the user was texted all the questions instead? The tools we used Twilio for the, we used their studio flow and their functions, and that is how we had the phone number and we're sending the SMS. We created a Node.js application that has an API that triggers the initial text and the survey flow when a user responds. We used Azure for deployment and for the key vault to store the secrets between the different Twilio accounts. And we used GitHub for version control and GitHub Actions for deployment. And this is the application demo. I'd already gotten, I'd already called the phone number, gotten the initial text, and waited 30 minutes before I started recording. And if I'd already filled out the survey, I wouldn't be sent the initial text. It checks, the Node application checks an API endpoint to see if I've already filled out the web form before it sends me the questions. My parents' door is actually broken, so I took a picture of that. And we receive a confirmation email as the user, and so does the franchise.
That is awesome, Rachel. Thank you so much. I know that is a huge support to the entrepreneurs who created Snap Pick Fix. Oh, and there's your assistant there.
Ready to
let's see. So Rachel, what advice would you give to somebody who's looking to enter into tech?
Well, I think that, there's tons of, I think the route I would take is to explore a lot of free classes and kind of see what's there. Although, if you're interested in design, I would look at HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. If you're more interested in data, I'd look at something like Python. I've also had found great support in a lot of online communities. I'm queer and I do a lot of stuff with Out in Tech. I know for Latinx communities, there's La Techeria. I think there's Women Who Code, there's Blacks in Tech. I think Code the Dream has links to that on one of their websites, so I can post that in the chat.
That's great. Definitely important to connect with the community on this journey. Thank you so much, Rachel. And
you're welcome.
I think now we get a chance to meet another one of our amazing apprentices. So let's see, Osvaldo Aguilar, can you join us? Great. Thank you so much. I'm glad to have you, Osvaldo. Osvaldo, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, thank you for having me. I am a front-end developer apprentice at Code the Dream. I have a passion for continuous improvement. I have taken JavaScript and React courses. I have created practice applications, and I enjoy learning and trying new things.
That's awesome. Osvaldo, why do you want to be a software developer?
There's many reasons why I want to be a software developer, but the main one is that I enjoy solving problems. I feel satisfaction fixing something or getting something to work. I also enjoy helping others, and I like starting projects, and I also like working in small teams.
It's fantastic. I know that you and I started at Code the Dream around the same time, actually. How did you find out about Code the Dream?
I heard about Code the Dream from a former student. They heard that I stopped going to my programming classes due to cost. They informed me that Code the Dream offered free classes. At the time, it was for JavaScript, which got my attention. I went to the informational meeting. I applied. I started going to the classes, which eventually led to the CTD labs.
We're very lucky you made your way to us. What are some of the obstacles that you've faced in your journey?
Prior to working here, all the work that I used to do used to be more on my feet and me moving around a lot. So adapting to working in front of a computer was a big struggle for me. Another obstacle I still face, but I hope I'm getting better at, is public speaking.
You are doing awesome. So can you share with us what it's like being an apprentice at Code the Dream Labs?
When I first became an apprentice at Code the Dream Labs, I was nervous and I felt inexperienced, but luckily you quickly get experience with all the projects that you get to work on. As an apprentice, you can expect to work on all kinds of projects to gain experience in all sorts of areas.
I know we're going to get to see a demonstration of one of those projects in a little while. But what for you has been one of the most rewarding things about working at Code the Dream Labs?
To me, the most rewarding part about working at Code the Dream Labs is the opportunity to work on client projects. This is important because I want to create real solutions to real problems. Before Code the Dream, I had little experience in web development. Now I feel comfortable in working with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, and WordPress, and that's thanks to Code the Dream.
Great. Osvaldo, what do you envision, or what do you see for your future?
I envision myself as being a constant learner. In my future, I hope to be financially stable and independent. I plan to gain enough experience to do freelance work. I see myself working in a company for a few years and then branching off to do my own thing and to volunteer and help the community that has helped me so much.
That's amazing. You could be our next Bernard Worthy. Thank you so much, Osvaldo. Now, let's take a look at the project that you've been working on with your colleague, Kevin Arevalo. And I think we are gonna turn it over to your demo now.
Hello, everyone. I am Kevin Arevalo, a web developer apprentice here at Code the Dream. I am proud to be demoing this amazing modern website, mycologics.net. Mycologics is a part of a program called NCEP, which helps entrepreneurs in the Eastern North Carolina area to have an online presence or offer services with a new website. Dr. Chanda, who is the founder and CEO of Mycologics, like many other companies, already had a website, but was very outdated and had so much information, which was hard to read and would easily lose interest of anyone visiting the site. So here at Code the Dream, and alongside Dr. Chanda's feedback and vision, we developed a new, modern, and user-friendly website. As you can see, we created a beautiful landing page with a call to action, image, and button. We also created multiple pages to better organize all of his old content to give the overall site a clean, readable feel. Here's some of the pages. But most importantly, we created a section which Dr. Chanda can share all his research and publications from the past or current. In the back end, which you cannot see here, we created an ease of use for Dr. Chanda to enter his site as an admin and easily update or create a new publication to be displayed on his new website for the world to see. Also, the website is fully responsive, works on mobile, tablets, and various screen sizes. Well, that was a little bit about mycologics.net. Thank you everyone for your time, and see you at the next demo day.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Osvaldo and Kevin, for sharing that. Let's see, we'll just give a chance for Kevin to say a few more words to us. Kevin, what was the most difficult part about creating that site?
I think the most difficult part was really just finding a way how to organize all his old content. He had content for many years back. And his old site, it was just really wasn't a way to organize it. So we created a page to really organize it by years to really have anybody who go visit that page go back to as far as up to 10 years or even more, however long years that he publicate content. So I think that was the most difficult part. But we got that going, and now you can go in and go back many years of publication that Dr. Chanda has published.
That's great. Thank you. I want to acknowledge, I know there's some questions that have come in the chat that are more about our classes, and we will get to those questions at the end. So just wanted to mention that. Thank you so much, Osvaldo and Kevin, and thanks to all our apprentices and our entrepreneurs. We are just so thrilled to be able to partner with so many diverse creative entrepreneurs and work with them to develop those custom technology solutions that will really help increase their sustainability and help them be able to scale their really innovative ideas. So if there's anyone on this call who is an entrepreneur, and if you're interested in speaking with us about your tech needs, we would love for you to get in touch. We encourage you to visit our site, codethedream.org/services. And there's of course lots of links on our website, but the services one is the one that will get you to a form where you can indicate that you're interested in partnering with us on an app. All right, I'm going to turn it back to Pam now and to my colleague Justin to talk about some next steps from here.
Thank you, Lori. So I know it's been in the news a lot recently, but we're going to talk a little bit about social media. I imagine that most of us on this meeting use some type of social media networking site, either personally or professionally. Now a little bit of trivia, and you can type your answers in the chat. What was the name of the first social media networking site, and when did it become live? It's a challenge. Okay. Ask Jeeves. Actually, the answer has not come up yet. Printing project. Oh, MySpace, no. Computer server. Bulletin board systems. Not AOL, not AOL Messenger. Okay, the answer actually is a site called 6degrees.com. sort of based on the idea that everyone is separated by, 6 degrees of separation. And it was started and it became live in 1997. So to continue on with social media, with me is Justin Laidlaw. He is the engagement manager at Code the Dream. And he's going to tell you a little bit about some of our social media campaigns and how you can help spread the word about Code the Dream. Justin?
Yeah, thanks, Pam. As Pam mentioned, my name is Justin. I'm the engagement manager here at Code the Dream. We use a variety of social media platforms to tell stories about our students and our apprentices, our volunteers. We share information about our programs on our social media as well. And we really like to connect with folks in the tech community, people that are like-minded, that believe in our mission and want to see a diverse community of tech professionals the way that we do. So if you are on social media, definitely connect with us. We'll post all of those links in the chat. But one of the main ways besides social media that you can get involved with Code the Dream is by volunteering. We rely on our volunteers. They bring so many gifts and skills to our program. They serve as class mentors, project coaches, workshop leaders. We also have company-sponsored teams that come in and do trainings and panel discussions as well. So if you are looking to have a meaningful experience while also sharing the years of expertise that you've gathered, definitely join us as a volunteer. Those opportunities are posted at codethedream.org/volunteer-opportunities. So definitely check that out. And connect with us on our social media. You can also support Code the Dream by contracting with us to build an app. As you've heard throughout the program, you can hire our amazing graduates who continue to impress me, certainly, and do great things even after their time here at Code the Dream. And of course, you can make a financial contribution to Code the Dream to help us support that work and continue to push our mission forward out into the world. And Pam can tell you more about how to do that.
Thank you, Justin. As we start to wrap up, we just want you all to know that we are extremely grateful to everyone for showing up and showing your support by attending Demo Day. We're also grateful to our funders, volunteers, partners, donors, supporters, and everyone else who makes it possible for Code the Dream to continue to give people the opportunity to gain skills that can totally change their lives, or to build an app that will have a meaningful impact on communities in need. So again, thank you. We do ask that if you can, please donate to Code the Dream. And we've made it very easy for you to make a one-time or a monthly sustaining donation if you go to codethedream.org/donate. We hope that you all have enjoyed being with us as much as we've really enjoyed seeing you all, and for allowing us into your homes or your offices to share our experiences and our projects with you. Again, we thank you for joining us and for sharing our vision of a world in which tech innovation comes from all of us and benefits all of us. We invite, as Lori mentioned, there were some questions in the chat. So we invite everyone to please stay. We will be answering those questions, or if you have other questions to ask, our staff and apprentices will be staying on. But for those of you who have to go, we look forward to seeing you at our next Demo Day. And again, thank you to everyone. But again, please stay. We're going to be here. So thank you again.